Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here. Today I'm going to be talking about my recent visit and my experience going to the Cincinnati Museum Center that is located at the former Union Terminal. It's a very gorgeous building. It's got a huge rotunda and just the overall architecture of it and its local history pertaining to being like a transportation hub back in the day. This is my first experience going here. I wanted a good excuse to go here. Besides that, I love different museums and stuff, and I found that this one was no exception, was quite amazing. And so today's gonna be kind of like a little bit of an experience, my first impressions and sort of a review of sorts as I went to this place. And so the main reason I went was actually for a film that was being screened there called Ohio Wild at Heart. This is a very nice movie. It was about, I think, 35-40 minutes runtime, and it was gorgeous on their kind of like giant Omnimax screens that were basically a panoramic view of the entire film. Had some really gorgeous footage and documentary and video of like some wildlife, kind of stuff in the natural resources department, and talked about people's different experiences with the outdoors and outdoor recreation, and things they like to do, like ice fishing, dogs, sleds, stuff like that, hiking. Yeah, just everything basically was on full display. And as I went through different parts of the state, and of course it highlighted very well-known locations like Hocking Hills. Even did one on McGee Marsh with the biggest week in American birding in particular as a highlight, and had a whole bunch of different things pertaining to that. So it was a really cool film. I highly recommend it. If you go to their website, I think it's ohiothemovie.com. They should have some screenings, of course, only in Ohio, of course, given that it pertains to the state. But all in all, I was really impressed with the film. It was well documented and well shot. Felt like overall like a love letter to the state of Ohio, and it just really did a great job at summing up different parts, like conservation of bald eagles and trumpeter swans, and just other kinds of wildlife and everything about it. But then of course I wanted to check out the rest of the museum and see what it had to offer. And so I definitely took a lot of time to check out the different sections. I spent most of my time in the natural history section because of course I had lots of cool stuff about glacial times of Ohio and everything. Lots of information about that and different sandstone and kind of limestone and different rock beds and bedrock that you could find throughout history. And of course lots of artifacts were here and present at the museum itself. Lots of fossils and stuff like trilobites and other cephalopods, you name it. Pretty much had a lot of different artifacts and cool things that you could see on display. And it was really just it was well lit, nice clean displays, of course, and lots of information about each piece. But it even had some sections where you can kind of like touch and get more of a tactile feel to some of the artifacts at least. So that was pretty cool to have like a multi-sensory experience with that and everything. Other than that, lots of stuff about prehistoric times as well. Pretty cool to see the birds as dinosaurs portion of the exhibit, of course, which was really cool to see that. And then probably the coolest thing and the biggest surprise to me, I guess, was the John and Judy Ruthven Get Into Nature Gallery. That was a pretty awesome display of just different, stuffed birds throughout history, and lots of stuff about the Edge of Appalachia preserve system, which I've yet to go to, but I hope to pretty soon, hopefully at least. And this really convinced me that it reminded me at least to go there. It's pretty cool to see some different kind of like exhibits and setups with that stuff, and they even had some like buttons you could like touch to hear different sounds like crickets or bird song. And lots of stuff like that. And the Ruthvens are local. They're known as a 20th century Audubon They're basically painters and illustrators from back in the day. So they were really well known for doing wildlife and birds in particular in their kind of illustrations and everything. So yeah, lots of gorgeous like birds on display and other kind of wildlife. It was just really cool to see these like life-size wildflowers as well. They had a nice display of that. They even had some like spring stuff like elf caps and some of the trilliums, of course. And as it went through even just the particular seasons in Ohio and the Midwest really, and had lots of cool kind of explanations for why weather patterns happen and why certain things in nature occur. So as I move further down downstairs, there's multiple floors to this museum, so there's definitely plenty to see. You could spend hours here like I did. I think I spent about 3 or probably almost 4 hours, honestly, just really taking my time to not only just, see each part of the museum itself, but really just engross myself in the whole experience as I did for this visit. They had a climate change exhibit, of course, given the importance of it, and just a lot of cool conservation-minded stuff in the museum that was really nice. It was nice to have sort of, like, I guess a takeaway from going to the museum was like having a nice call to action, talking about ways that the common consumer or person really can, alter their and minimize their carbon footprint. It was pretty cool to see that. Lots of stuff about just how you can have an impact on the environment as well. And just, I couldn't even, there's just so much to this place. It was really cool. Like I said earlier, they talked about glacial erratics and stuff, and had like maps and before and after of the glaciers and everything. And even, this would be pretty cool with the kids, I think, but they had a walk through kind of like cave system that you could go through with rushing water and everything to kind of simulate that feel of the Ice Age part of Ohio from, way back in the day at least. So all in all, I was really impressed with the visit. It was really cool to see all that. You also had a local history section of the museum that I checked out kind of briefly because I was already there for a couple hours, and so it's kind of running low on time and whatever. But it was really cool to get some local history about Cincinnati itself in these kind of miniature dioramas and train setups and displays and everything. But of course, given what I do here, I was much more interested in the natural history part in particular. And to see this film here, like I mentioned, Ohio Wild at Heart, was pretty awesome. So I'm going to leave a link down below of the movie or the website, I guess, and you can see the trailer. You can see who went into producing the film, and also some local screenings that are hopefully near you if you're from the state or around the area. So hopefully it'll be still going on by the time I upload this video. I think so. And if not, always just come visit the museum. I'd really, give it 2 thumbs up. It was honestly amazing. If you like museums, this one's no exception, and it's a great place to check out stuff like this. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.